Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the next Play 6-7. I'm your host, Darkel. To all my players, and playettes, please like, share, and subscribe. Takes 3 seconds and is always free. Today, I'm going to start the day off by doing my regular. The answer from yesterday's quiz was who was the first Major League Baseball with a $1 million contract? And that would be the great Nolan Ryan, the flamethrower that threw 105 miles per hour that the Mets drafted in the 60s but gave him away for nothing. Also, I would like to start by saying my quote of the day. Do one thing every day that scares you. So in other words, on the other side of fear is success. So don't be afraid. Fear stops a lot of people in their tracks before they even start. That was by Eleanor Roosevelt. I'll say it again. Do one thing every day that scares you. That's kind of deep. Okay, and the quiz for today, for tomorrow, is who was the black Babe Ruth? That's the quiz for today, for tomorrow. And I want to say the word of today is called fecund. It's an adjective meaning fertile. Again, the word fecund, which means fertile, prolific, and productive. It describes things that can grow, bear fruit, or produce babies very fast. Well, that was me when I was young. Or a mind that creates many new ideas, producing many plants, crops, or vegetation. So it's almost like it's very fertile. Today I want to speak about a subject that's been going on in the current events. I haven't talked about it because it's not, well, this has to do something with sports. The brother Nolan Wells. What do we know about Nolan Wells, the student athlete? He was an athlete. He played football, basketball, and could have made the NBA or the NFL. We never know because they cut his life short. The family of 18-year-old Nolan Wells has retained civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump. The Mississippi teenager was found dead Monday morning on Horn Island, a barrier island off the state coast. After a 4th of July weekend trip with friends, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office said the investigation remains active and ongoing and is asking for photos and videos from the northwest part of Horn Island on July 4th where Wells' body was found, particularly those depicting alleged altercations or containing images of or believed to include Nolan Wells. Sheriff John Ledbetter wrote in a statement. Additionally, asking for eyewitnesses' accounts and statements of any other arguments or disturbances from that day. The Jackson County coroner positively identified the body as Wells on Tuesday. Crump said in a statement that his office will conduct an independent review on the circumstances surrounding Wells' death. Nolan Wells was a beloved son, teammate, and friend who went out to celebrate the 4th of July and never came home. His family deserves answers, said Crump in a statement. They deserve the truth. We will not rest until every fact about what happened to Nolan on Horn Island is brought into the light, and we call on investigators to pursue the case with the urgency and transparency that this family deserves. In a Wednesday interview with Don Lemon, Crump said that the family was seeking an independent autopsy. Crump told Lemon they would be flying Wells' body to D.C., Washington, D.C., for that autopsy and expects results from it on Friday. Results of the state autopsies are pending. Wells, along with a group of friends, traveled to Horn Island on July 4th. I don't want to make it sound racial, but they were white friends, and I believe it was 3 or 4 of his friends that night that was well off, that their parents are lawyers, doctors, or judges and stuff like that. So all of a sudden they lawyer up so fast that that's like a red flag to me. That night, his mother, Christine Woolsey, reported him missing, posted on social media, writing that he was last seen on the northwest tip of the island around 3 p.m. The island, which is part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, is managed by the National Park Service and is primarily accessible by private boat. I wonder who had the private boat. According to the NPS website, there's no staff, drinking water, shelter facilities, or communication on the island. On July 6th, a National Park Service ranger found Wells' body on the northwest tip of the Horn Island. Ashley Cole, a local chancery judge and a mother of one of Wells' friends, again, I'll say that again. Ashley Cole, a local chancery judge and a mother of one of Wells' friends, said her son Warren had been interviewed by the local sheriff's office, as he should have been, because he was with him. So where is he? Why didn't he come back with y'all? He went with y'all. Had he been the other way around, you know, he would have been under a whole bunch of scrutiny. But this is why I don't like this country, because they wear their shit on their vest, on their sleeve. They can do whatever to us, but when it's the other way around, they can lawyer up and they can do all type of quiet. They don't gotta, you know, they don't want to participate in sheriff interviews and shit. He saw Nolan last around 3 p.m. on July 4th. Cole wrote in a Facebook post, they left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water and they had an issue with the bridge pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Bridge pumps are used to help remove excess water from the bottom of a boat. It's still unclear why Wells was the only member of the group who did not return. The case had attracted national attention online. His interview with Don Lemon Wednesday, attorney Ben Crump said officials have not yet told the family if they suspect foul play. Because it's never foul play when it's the other way around. We know this, man. This is America. This is the new America, by the way. Suspect foul play involving Wells' death. As of Wednesday, a GoFundMe was set up for the family to cover funeral and memorial expenses, has raised over $230,000. Wells was a native of Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and a wide receiver for Southwest Mississippi Community College football team. His high school coach said in a statement, Wells was the type of player coaches love. He was the kind of son, teammate, friend, and student every coach hopes to have in a program. Ocean Springs High School head coach Jack Brimlett said in a statement, he carried himself with humility, treated others with respect, worked hard, and led by example. His high school principal, Dr. Jacobs Dykes, described him as a leader in the classroom as well. Nolan was a remarkable student, teammate, and brother, said Dykes in a statement. He will be remembered as an extremely kind and hard-working young man who left a lasting impression on his teachers, coaches, teammates, and community. Our thoughts are with his family and the many people he had made a lasting impact on around him. Wells' mother has asked for privacy as the family grieves. My heart is broken for our sweet son who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Wansley wrote on Facebook, Nolan was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. Man, that's some deep stuff, man. In the WNBA, the Mercury defeated the Valkyries 91-89. Kalia Copper had 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Alicia Thomas had 25 points. She's a monster. She always has close to triple doubles every day. Alicia Thomas had 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. And Cecilia Xander Lasani had 16 points in the losing cause for the Valkyries. The Dream defeated the Wings 82-81. Alicia Gray had 25 points. Angel Reese had 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. And Enrique M. Bowali had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And AZ Fudd had 20 points for the Wings in the losing cause. Major League Baseball, Miami defeated Philly 8-6, Arizona 3, Pittsburgh 0, Blue Jays 5, Nationals 2, Baltimore 10, Detroit 9, Mets 3, Atlanta 2. They had a doubleheader. Atlanta won the second game, 1-0 against the Mets. San Francisco played football. They had 14 plus a safety, 16. Milwaukee 3, San Diego 3, Colorado 1, Tampa Bay 3, Texas 0, Cleveland 6, Cincinnati 1. Chicago White Sox bested the New York Yankees 6-5, Kansas City 4, Minnesota 0, St. Louis 3, Chicago Cubs 2, Houston 7, LA Angels 4, Boston 4, Oakland 2, Los Angeles Dodgers bested Seattle 4-2. Before I end my thing, I would just like to say free Poppy, free C Just, Sadiq, Supreme, and Naheem. May they come home soon, because I know they're gonna do right, and they done their time, and I believe they should all be released, especially if they change their life. Before I go, I would say, may each of you want, but never want as long as you live. May each of you live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day, so I'll never know when good people like you have passed away. May you live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. Remember, if your device is not on the next place, 6-7, then your device is not really on. Peace, wealth, and love. I'm out.